Yes, we are live.
Good teamwork.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sticking with us here. Don't you just love just going with the flow?
Yeah.
That's just like what we got going on right now. Brian is going crazy behind here, stressing. He's sweating. But I know you guys have something really fun planned for us, so show us what you got.
Yeah, we're going to play The Floor is Lava, meaning do not touch the floor. You got to figure out how to, not touch the ground. I'm not sure how you guys play it.
So
but
I'm already burning that.
So
Yes.
a person is it. I'm the lava monster. But also, if you get tagged by me, you end up being disqualified. Nicely put. And if you touch the ground, you're disqualified and I win. So I'm the lava monster in this household. And
How often does the lava monster win?
And the most competitive one, appropriately.
So what we have here, we're going to put you guys over here so that way you can actually see our setup. You guys can play this game at home too. You see these pillows? You see the
pillows.
Chair.
And I see that rug. It looks like it's from rugs.com.
It might be. No, it's not. It's actually but you don't want to touch the ground. Okay? So now Natalie and Kaya are gonna get 5 seconds to get in place to where I don't get them. All right? 1.
Good luck, Kaya.
2.
That's a
3.
lava monster.
4. 5. Oh, Kyle, you're disqualified. You're disqualified. Get out of here. Mommy.
We have to go that way.
I got mommy. All right, now it's mommy's turn. She was the last one.
That was uneventful.
She was the last one that was there. All right.
Are we going?
Now it's Natalie's turn. Natalie's the monster.
I got you.
All right, Kaya. You're on your own.
Wait, I got you, not her.
No, you gotta get both of us.
Oh, okay. Good job, Kaya.
Oh, Kaya, you burned. All right.
Man, you guys look wore out. You've been off a couple years now, Jace. Too. You're getting a little winded too soon.
Man, my knees, man. So that's Lava Monster, shortly put. We can play that all night. Don't want to bore you guys.
Man, that's awesome. Kaya's adorable. Hey, I guess I have a question for you. Did you ever have to play Lava Monster with Ray Lewis in the backfield? Because I would be running around from that Lava Monster.
I actually never played against Ray Lewis. I've been injured, and he's been injured on occasions where I played the Baltimore Ravens. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Lucked out.
Man, well, I can't thank you and your family enough for supporting Samaritan's Feet. Being a great friend to Charlotte overall, man. You guys do a lot of great work in the community. I haven't actually officially met you or the family, so I look forward to meeting you guys once this all soon is all over. But again, thanks, Jonathan.
No problem.
Stay safe out there.
Kai, you want to say anything?
Kick it over to Manny.
Remember what we were talking about before this, Kai? We were talking about shoes.
Yeah.
And there are some kids in the world that don't have shoes.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Sad.
It makes you feel sad. That's cool. Well, Samaritan's Feet. These people here that you see on the screen, they make sure that all the kids possible can have shoes, just like you have shoes. Because what do shoes do for you? What do they help with?
For I don't step on something.
Yeah, exactly. They protect your feet.
That's a great idea for sure.
No one can see my bestie button.
Yeah. That's a nice belly button.
Don't be
nice belly button.
out here showing people your body.
Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate you guys popping in. I'm gonna kick it over to Manny.
All
Be
right.
safe.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Manny.
Well, thank you so much, Natalie. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Kaya. It's so awesome to see you guys today, man. We are here live, and I'm excited. Jonathan Stewart, former running back for the Carolina Panthers, but more importantly, the Kingdom citizen. And Natalie, the best wife in the world. Thank you for all you do to support us. At this time, I'd like to transition. I got some amazing group of coaches that's actually on now. all the way from, I got Ron Hunter, that's live all the way from New Orleans. I've got Scott Nagy, that's live all the way there in Ohio. And I believe there should be also Coach Sue. I'm not sure, but I see Coach Sue right there. I'm not sure she's in Tallahassee or hanging out over there somewhere on the lake or something. She's got a little extra tan. What's going on this evening? I appreciate you guys. Coach Hunter, tell me real quick. I know you have been an instrument in helping to help us move some of this mission of Samaritan. Tell us what compelled you to get involved with Samaritans, and what can you believe we've served over 7.3 million kids? Tell me what that means to you.
Well, man, I tell you, it's really amazing when you think of the first day that you gave me that phone call, man, and asked me to go shoeless in a game, and we met in Indianapolis. And so it's just been amazing how what you've done and what God has done to be able to bring joy and hope to children around the world. And who knew that coaching one game barefoot would lead to this? And as you always say, sometimes you just have to say yes and use your platform. And so I was blessed that you came into my life, but more blessed that I had the ability to have a platform that allowed me to be able to let people know what's going on with children without shoes. And it changed my life. And so it changed my family's life. And so we've been blessed by it, but more importantly, the blessing that some of the children have gotten. And so this has become something that, as I told you before, it will always be part of my life.
Oh, thanks, Coach. Coach Sue, now tell me, what is one experience that you always remember? Why do you support Samaritan's Feet, Coach Sue?
Well, maybe it goes back to Damian Horn. I just saw Damian say that I rock, but it was RAWKS. Coach Sue rocks. You need to ask him about that, Manny, later on. But I tell you, I saw what Ron was doing, and just the opportunity to join you guys and to do it internationally, to see what it was all about, to take our players to South Africa, and to take part in being part of Samaritan's Feet, not only in Tallahassee and around the U.S., but all over the world, and just watching God and what he's doing through you and through Samaritan's Feet.
Oh, man, thanks, Coach Sue. And you heard from Ron Hunter, head coach over at Tulane. You heard from the women's basketball coach at Florida State, and now Scott Nagy, the head basketball coach at Wright State. Coach Nagy, what has Samaritan's Feet meant to you and your team, and why do you support us?
Well, I got involved in it because we adopted a little girl from Haiti, and I was trying to figure out a way to help her country. And Ron was in our league, and he was the first coach to go barefoot. And I asked him about it. He introduced me to you, and that's how we got started. Since then, we've been involved in all kinds of shoe distributions. My team has, and it's been such a blessing to them. We've been to the Dominican Republic. We've been taking a team to Haiti, and just had a tremendous opportunity, really, to bless little kids. But it's been even more of a blessing to me and my team, and it's been such a great lesson for them. And we're just so proud of you and Tracy and everything you've done at Samaritan's Feet. Just congratulations on so many years.
Well, I tell you what, if there was one message you guys want to give, and I'll let you go, Ron, and then Sue and Scott, one call to action to folks listening from all over the world, what would that message be today, Coach?
Well, I think that we all have a platform, and whether it's coaching or in your business, we all have a way that we can help people. And I think it's really important that there's no greater help than helping a child. And so I think that when as I've told you before, when it's all said and done, you won't be able to take all the accolades and the money in your bank account and those things. But what you can do is leave a legacy, and a legacy to being able to help children, whether it's financially or by mission work. But again, it can't always be about you. And so whatever you're doing and whatever God has called you to do, it's really important that this is a great time to give back to our children of the world.
Oh, man, thank Coach Sue. Any message for people listening today? I know you are a servant leader. What does it mean? What's that message you want to give to everybody watching today?
Just get involved, not just about being a part, but get involved. I mean, right now we look at, everybody wants to talk about, let's get back to normal. Well, what is normal? We all complained about normal. We need to create a new normal for everyone else. And that's something, the people were crying to get out of Egypt. And Moses said, come on, let's go. And then they're like, oh no, let's go back. And I think it's so important as we celebrate year anniversary and what we look forward to, that we all get involved.
Thanks, Coach. And Coach Nagy, final word just to throw us out. What's your advice to the rest of the folks listening today?
Well, no matter where you are, and I know that you don't have to go to Haiti to find needs. We find many of them in Dayton, Ohio, and wherever I've lived, and just the opportunity to be involved with people that you can meet their needs, and we just all know this from doing it that we get a much bigger blessing. That's not why we do it, but every time I walk away from those the shoe distributions, it's been a complete life changer for me. And whether you can be there doing it or you can support it, it's for the greatest cause of all, which is to spread Jesus Christ's message.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on today. And then as you guys, as we wrap up this segment, I actually got a message from one of your colleagues, Coach John Calipari, that couldn't come live, but he sent us a video, and we're going to play that video right now before you guys can get up. Thank you so much for joining, but I'd like to just send you guys up with this greeting from Coach John Calipari, head basketball coach at University of Kentucky.
Let me thank Samaritan's Feet for all that they do across this world. What they do for young people, what they do for people like me who become involved, who get their team involved, and really have a chance to teach what servant leadership really is and what it's about. They go around the world creating hope for young kids. Just the fact that they're there, that they care, that they're giving shoes and socks creates an unbelievable amount of hope within these young people. And I would tell anybody out there watching this to be involved, to give, to have a mission trip with them changes your life, changes young people in this world, their lives, and gives them hope and an opportunity. Thank you.
Coach Calipari, you heard from Ron Hunter, you've heard from Sue Simmer, you heard from Coach Scott Nagy. Right now, I want to just turn over to my dear friend, Damian Hahn, Mr. D. It's one of my favorite people in the world, a brother that walked with me for 300 miles from Charlotte to Atlanta barefoot, and we took the hill. I'm going to turn over to you, man. Take us from here, Damian. You're the best.
Man, we definitely took the hill. First of all, I want to say happy 17th anniversary to you, brother. Many blessings, man. It's just such a great time to be able to celebrate this with you and just all the great work that you and your organization has done, man. I'm so honored to be here, brother.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Well, I tell you what, I think in terms of we'd love you. What would you like to share with us today? I know you want to maybe play a song, encourage people watching. Tell us a bit what got you connected to Samaritan's Feet?
Man, it was some years back, man. I remember my manager came up to me one day and he said, I met this guy named Manny who just has this electrifying spirit, man. I just think you'll connect with him. And he said he was doing this walk to raise awareness about children across the world who didn't have shoes. And he's looking for people to be a part of it. And I was like, oh, totally. I would love to be a part of that. I want to give back. I want to influence the world in any way that I can. And of course, I met you and fell in love with you as my brother. And the next thing I know, I was walking 300 miles from Charlotte, North Carolina to Atlanta. Now, I had no idea that's what I was signing up for. But once I got going, I couldn't let you down, brother. And I couldn't let those people down who were in need of those shoes. So, man, we took that hill together, man, and it created a bond between you and I and your family and this organization that will last for me for a lifetime.
Well, thanks, Damian. And all this stuff started, honestly, I think, in terms of you are a man that loved being generous because your life is all about giving it away. Maybe just for a minute or so, can you just tell people listening, watching, what's a little bit about Damian Horn's story? Because you didn't all of a sudden start hanging out with, the likes of Big Kenny and all these guys. And, you started somewhere like everybody else from the bottom and see what God has done. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Absolutely. I grew up in Hickory, North Carolina. I'm from a blended family of 12 children. I know you know about big families. And I just grew up raised by a single mother and who couldn't read or write, but she found a way to put food on the table and clothes on her back. But I believe the most important thing she did was introduce me to my faith in God. And at an early age, that's what I leaned on and during those times that were tough. Scriptures like, for I know the plans I have for you, thus say the Lord, to prosper you, give you hope in the future, not to harm you, to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And these things are what I held on to as I grew up through abuse, poverty, as I was homeless at a point in time in my life, and eventually made my way to Nashville, Tennessee, where I had a divine encounter with my brother John Rich from the country duo Big and Rich, and my music career just kind of took off from there. And now I have the opportunity to travel around the world playing music, but not only playing music, using that platform to give back and to share the good news of Jesus Christ to people I come in contact with.
Well, but Damien, I know you're gifted, man, and maybe you just give a little people watching today a little bit of a flavor. Maybe you want to play something for us just to kind of encourage and inspire all of us, man. This guy has played with some of the best in the world, man. But just inspire us for a little bit as you kind of throw us off and send us off to the next segment.
Absolutely, bro. I want to play this song. I feel like it's appropriate for the moment. This song was featured in a movie called Chloe and Theo, but a premise came in from a quote by a lady named Marianne Williams. Said, paraphrasing, is that our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, but that we're powerful. We all have an ability and an opportunity to shine. Step into that purpose of shining. We glorify the Father in heaven, and we also liberate other people to do the same thing. And that's what you guys do at Samaritan's Feet. So this goes out to you. Rain, it's just one of those things. Some days you got it, but hate, oh, hate is only here because somebody taught it. See, how can we learn the lesson of love if we choose to hide in the dark? Shine, so everybody can shine too. Yeah. Open your heart and lead the way. You don't have to be afraid. It's in you. It's in you to rise high above your greatest fears. Yeah. And with a little bit of light, you can make it brighter here. Oh. So everybody shine, shine on, shine on. Everybody shine, shine on, shine on. Everybody shine. Oh. Grace, we could use a little grace, sisters and brothers. And it's a shame, oh what a shame, when we do not give it to one another. See, how can we learn the lesson of love if we choose to hide in the dark? Shine, so everybody can shine too. Yeah. Open your heart and lead the way. You don't have to be afraid. It's in you. It's in you to rise high above your greatest fears. Yeah. And with a little bit of light, you can make it brighter here. Oh. So everybody shine, shine on, shine on. Everybody shine, shine on, shine on. Everybody shine.
Man, amen. Let's give it up for Damien Horn, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us today, man. God bless you, man.
God bless
Keep
you,
letting
brother.
that light shine in you, man. I appreciate it. Right now, I'd like to turn it over to my dear friend, Corey LaJoy. Thank you for joining Mr. D. Keep shining, my friend.
Man, Damon, you got a gift, brother. Thanks for helping us out tonight. Thanks for spending your Cinco de Mayo with us here at Samaritan's Feet. Talk soon, brother. I have another awesome guest to introduce to you. But before that, have y'all brought your gift yet? All you have to do is click on this link and just bring your gift. We're partying. We're having a good time. Those coaches a couple minutes ago had me wanting to run through a brick wall. I don't know about you, but I have a good friend all the way from New York, plays for the Jets, cornerback, Pierre Desir. He's actually getting ready for football season. He's going to give us some workout tips. We're going to do some push-ups, try to raise some money. He's probably the only guy that's probably doing anything during this quarantine besides eating and sitting on the couch. So welcome, Pierre Desir from New York Jets.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you jumping in. So Pierre has been working with Samaritan's Feet for a while now. He was actually born in Haiti, and he immigrated to the U.S. at 4 years old, and he plays cornerback for the Jets. So, man, how'd you find Samaritan's Feet, and what really attracts you, and what makes it fun to just jump in these guys and activate?
Yeah. First and foremost, congratulations, Samaritan's Feet, Manny. 17 years, that's huge. For me, it was at an event that Manny held, I want to say in 2017, 2018. And just listening to his story and just how much passion that he had for the cause of just helping everyone. And that really just stuck with me and, pulled my heart, that I knew that if there's something I can do and there's something I could help with, that was definitely going to, work out and talk to him about. And luckily, and fortunately, I was able to provide shoes during my own distribution back in my hometown in St. Louis. And it's just such a great cause, such a great event. I love it. I try to bring as many people along with me, just to spread a message of how important it is to, make sure that the people who cannot provide shoes for themselves, and it's just a great cause, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Man, that's awesome. And as a fellow athlete, you are much more athletic than I am. I will not be scared to admit that. But when you're growing up, right, and you're gifted at a certain thing like you are football, or I was driving a race car, you're always trying to figure out how to get something from somebody. So I wanted to kind of ask you, man, what's it feel like? Because we've both done the foot washing, putting those new shoes on those kids and see those smiling faces. What's the heart change that you feel when you sit down and you wash a kid's feet and put new shoes on for the first time?
It's a awesome feeling. And, when during my last distribution, I had a couple of football players from Lindenwood University join with me, and a couple of my friends, and, and a lot of volunteers. But usually people are like, what, am I gonna, wash feet? And, but once they got into it, got to interact with the kids and got to, really just feel that connection. For me, it's a humbling experience, to serve others and not really put yourself in their situation, put yourself in their lives once you actually get to communicate with them and talk to them. And it's a humbling experience. I love every moment of it. And I just, want to continue to do more and continue to help those who need it.
That's awesome. And you have willingly committed that if we had some people give some money, you were going to do 50 push-ups. I don't know if I can do 50 push-ups if it took me 3 days. I don't know if you can get your phone or get your computer and knock those push-ups out, because that would be something I think everybody wants to see.
Absolutely. All at once.
Push-ups is a
50?
lot.
Oh man, I worked out today, so y'all got to bear with me.
All right, we'll bear with you, man. We just appreciate you jumping on here and knocking them out. This is an NFL pro athlete working out here for you.
I wish I had some music. I was thinking in my head. What's up, man?
Look at Pierre go, man. Look at my brother, man. Man, when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Hey, that ship has sailed, man. I hate to tell you.
Awesome job, Pierre.
Yeah, Pierre, you're the man, man. I appreciate you. I mean, as Pierre is doing this, for those that are watching, I mean, Pierre has done amazing things for us. I mean, this past season, I mean, Pierre was able to sponsor over $30,000 worth of shoes to provide kids shoes. It's not just telling people to give, but he give his own time, he give his own money, and he shows up and inspiring people. So Pierre, man, I appreciate who you are. I appreciate your heart to serve, but more importantly, I appreciate your love for children.
Absolutely. You guys are counting?
No, but that looked like 50. You could tell.
How many was that? Was that 50? Was that 50, John?
Yeah, I think it was close. It was close.
Who got it? 10 more.
I can't count much higher than like 33. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Pierre, man. I think
you did it, Pierre.
I'm gonna call you later on and just transition, but just keep letting that light shine. Tell the family I said hello, man. I'm gonna call you later on. Thank you for being who you are. I can't wait to do some great things with you in New York. So keep shining.
Absolutely.
And at this time, I like to transition. I know we've been running a little bit behind, but we got an amazing guy who's coming up next. Right?
Absolutely. Let's get him on. Let me get off. I'm just hogging the mic.
That's okay. That's okay.
Thanks, Corey.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right now, I know Pierre is breathing so hard, but somebody that's come on next, man, I tell you what, this is a guy that's like my world. Many corporate executive athletes from all over the world look at this guy as an amazing servant leader that's actually inspiring and encouraging them. John Gordon is live with us. John, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Manny. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed. Thank you for being patient with us, man. I know you're busy. The fact that you made time to be able to join us today with everybody that's dialing from around the world, man, tell us, man, help us encourage some of our people, because, what makes you tick, and why do people need to care about hope at such a time as this?
Right now, faith, love, and hope is what I am investing in. I'm not buying the doom and gloom. I know that stars shine the brightest in the darkness, and positive people will shine the most through adversity. And so my faith right now is what is carrying me through this challenging time like others. I'm a speaker, I'm a writer. And so my business pretty much is shut down right now. But if I can invest in what you're doing and the hope you're giving and the difference that you're making, that is everything. I know that God's carried me all these years. I know that he will carry us into the future. And I know that my faith in God doesn't make life easier. It makes me stronger. And I know that your faith gives you strength to overcome these challenging times. And I brought this book here, Stay Positive, and I'm going to give 3 copies away to people who Venmo Samaritan's Feet. If you Venmo and put in positive, right, the first 3 that Venmo and put in positive, I'm giving 3 copies away right now of Stay Positive to help people stay positive during this time.
Man, you guys heard that, man. That's from one of the, foremost top speakers in the world. He's inspired corporate executives, some of the top coaches, Dabo, national championship caliber. That's the guy that God uses to inspire them to be able. Thank you so much, guys. You heard him. The first 3 that makes a contribution, put Stay Positive right there. We're going to make sure you'll win that. Last word for us, John, as you kind of live. What's one piece of advice you'd like to give to people watching today? I know you said just staying positive, have faith, being able to walk through this. What is one last parting word you want to be able to encourage people to listen? Because some people are going through some tough time right now. How would you like to just encourage them to say, keep the faith?
Sure. The best advice I ever heard is from Dr. James Gills, the only person on the planet to complete 6 double Ironman triathlons. That's a double Ironman, which means do an Ironman, a day later you do another one. And the last time he did it, he was 59 years old. He was asked how he did it. He said this: I've learned to talk to myself instead of listen to myself. He said, if I listen to myself, I hear all the fear, all the doubt, and all the complaints. But if I talk to myself, I could feed myself with the words and the encouragement that I need to keep on moving forward. Right now, we need to talk to ourselves with encouragement, with faith, with hope. We don't want to listen to those negative thoughts and the fear and the doubt. And we move forward with that faith, with that truth, and with that power to live the life that God has called for us. We are greater than our circumstances. And I know that we will get through this together.
Come on, man. You guys heard it, man, from the man himself. Man, John, from the bottom of our heart, from all of us around the world that serves with Samaritans, we want to say thank you for being a part of this today. You're amazing. Keep letting your light shine. I look forward to seeing you sometime soon, man. Thank you for joining us today. God bless you, John.
God bless you guys. God bless everyone at Samaritan's Feet.
Appreciate you, man. Amen. Right now, I'd like to bring up, it looked like Mr. Corey LaJoy is coming back. I'm not sure, but I'm telling you what, we got something special that's about to happen next, right?
You just can't keep me away. We have a very special guest coming up who's been very busy. I don't know if anybody's seen his new song, Quarantine Life. He's dreaming about going to Starbucks. He's dreaming about sitting on his front step watching people go by him. So please welcome Matthew West.
What's up, everybody?
Man, Matthew, man, you are the man, brother. Thank you for joining us today. I know you are crazy busy. The fact that you are with us today, man, and you actually follow one of the people that loves you the most, John Gordon, man. You are the best. Thank you for joining us.
Are you kidding? First of all, I wouldn't miss this for the world. Second of all my tour dates are canceled, so I got nothing but time, baby. And I got to tell you, just getting to hear what took place before I came on got me so fired up. I'm watching an NFL football player do some push-ups. I'm listening to John Gordon and hearing Damien singing. That was awesome, man. And anytime I get to be a part of something with Samaritan's Feet, man, you guys are just incredible. So thanks for having me on tonight.
Hey, rumor has it, Matt, that you first served at a racetrack, I heard?
Yeah, that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Isn't that the first time I met you, Manny?
That's the place, man, right there,
right there
by the Speedway. Right there by the Speedway, man, and just, many people ask folks like this to do so much stuff. And it's amazing that, he came right before he performed to come wash people's feet. And from that time on, I could call him and say, hey, Matthew, this is what we're doing. Every single time I said, I'm there for you, because he believes. It's just not one of those people that talk about it, but he lives the walk. So thank you, Matthew, for who you are, man.
Well, Manny, I got to tell you, vision is contagious. And everybody, I think deep down, wants to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. But sometimes people don't know where to start. And so when you catch a glimpse and you see somebody else like you guys and the vision that you have with Samaritan's Feet, when you get a taste of something that's about a bigger cause, man, it fires you up to be a part of that. And so I remember my dad, who's a preacher, he was out there with me washing feet. And we were so impacted by your vision and how you're reaching out to those who might otherwise go forgotten or overlooked. And you're letting them know, I see you, I know you. And man, I want to be a part of that. I want my life to have an eternal value. And I feel like when we get to partner together, I get fired up to make sure that my life is for a higher purpose. I love what John just shared about talking to yourself versus listening to yourself. And I think deep down, we all want to be a part of something bigger. And we might talk to ourselves and say, where do I begin? Well, guess what? Samaritan's Feet is one of those great causes, a great place to begin and follow the lead of visionaries like you guys who are waking up every day going, all right, maybe today's not about me. Maybe today's about me helping somebody else.
Come on. I know, Matthew, in a few minutes, you're gonna share something with us via the gift of music, but I just want to share something with you. This December, Tracy and I came and checked you out at one of your concerts, and you gave me one of this wristband called I'm All In, and I've been taking it off since that time. I shower with it, and the other one that I wear is that Samaritan's Feet one. So thank you for always inspiring me. I'm all in for the King, but I'm all in for you, man. So take us away, man. Share whatever it is, gift, talent, music you want to share with us today. We just can't wait to hear it.
Well, you're not going to get 50 push-ups from me anytime soon. I don't care how good John Gordon is. I'm not sure I could get 50. But hey, we all have special talents like Buddy the Elf, right?
That's right.
Hey, I thought, I'd maybe play this song that when I think about the mission of Samaritan's Feet, and I think about the encouragement for those who are watching right now to go, hey, we're all going through a difficult time. But I'm going to tell you, one of the things that lifts me up out of my own discouragement, because guess what? I get depressed and discouraged like everybody else, especially right now. But when I get the chance to step out and help somebody else, it helps me lift myself out of that discouragement. And so speaking of what John Gordon was saying about talking to yourself, I'm going to play a song that's kind of me talking to myself, looking around and seeing a world in trouble and wondering why somebody doesn't do something about it. And then realizing that maybe God had a plan to use me and use you, Manny, and everybody watching this to do something and change this world and help those who need our help. So this song is called Do Something. I hope it fires everybody up to give big, give dangerously, and know that God's going to honor it in a big way. It goes like this. Woke up this morning, I saw a world full of trouble now. I thought, how'd we ever get so far down? How's it ever going to turn around? So I turned my eyes to heaven. I thought, God, why don't you do something? Yeah. Well, I just couldn't bear the thought of people living in poverty. We got children sold into slavery. All the thought disgusted me. So I shook my fist at heaven. I thought, God, why don't you do something? Yeah. And he said, I did. Now listen to this. He said, I created you. Yeah. Well, if not us, then who? Tell me if not me and you right now. Well, it's time for us to do something. Oh, yeah. I'm saying if not now, then when? Tell me, will we see an end to all this pain? 'Cause it's not enough to do nothing. No. It's time for us to do something. Somebody say amen. Well, I'm tired of talking about how we are God's hands and feet. You know, it's easier to say than to be. We live like angels of apathy, and we tell ourselves, it's all right. Somebody else can do something. Listen. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of life life with no desire. See, I don't want a flame, I want a fire. And I want to be the one who's going to stand up with Samaritan's feet and say, I'm going to do something. Oh, yeah. 'Cause if not us, then who? If not me and you, right now, oh, right now, it's time for us to do something, yeah. All right, well, if not now, then when? Tell me, will we see an end to all this pain? 'Cause it's not enough to do nothing, no. It's time for us to do something. Now listen. We are the salt of the earth. We are a city on a hill. But we're never gonna change the world just by standing still. Oh no, we won't stand still. No, listen. If not us, then who? Tell me if not me and you right now. Well, it's not enough to do nothing, no. It's time for us to do something.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Matthew, man. God bless you, man. Keep living your life. Tell your brother and family who says here, thank you so much for all you do. We love you, brother. Thank you
Keep
so
up
much.
the great work. God bless Samaritan's Feet.
Hey,
Amen.
God bless
Thank
you,
you,
man.
Matthew.
Hey, by the way, thank you for that guitar as well, man. We're going to use that at one of our upcoming fundraiser, man. You are the best. Thank you. An autographed guitar from Matthew West. Thank
That's
you so
right.
much.
That's right. It's coming your way.
Bless you, man. Appreciate you, man. Have a blessed day. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Hey, right now, man, I'm going to transition, man. Tracy, going to take it away?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Guys, I don't know if you've met these awesome people that are to my right, but this is Deb and Phil Rotella, and they are two of my bottom of my heart favorite people in the world, almost. Besides my children and my husband right here. Sorry, baby. They mean the world to us, from mission trips to Women Ambassador to climbing Kilimanjaro to being people that are just generously, authentically living your life. Thank you for being here. And I know you have some neat, exciting birthday news to share with us. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce you guys to the rest of our family that's watching live.
Thank you for having us. We are thrilled to be here. It's great to see you. It's been so long since the crazy times that we're in right now. And so Samaritan's Feet has been a huge part of our life, and we have some super fun moments for that. And I don't know if you want to talk about.
Yeah, I would say one of my fondest memories with Samaritan's Feet started with the First Champions weekend we were invited to, and we listened to so many inspirational speakers. And throughout the years at Champions, we also met and we served with some amazing people like Damian Horn, who we just heard from, Clark Kellogg, who I love, and of course, Manny, you and Tracy. And you've all been such a huge inspiration to me in my life.
Thank you, Phil. Thank
love
you, Phil.
that.
We love you. We love you. And what about you, Deb? What's been one of your favorite memories?
Oh, well, mine would have to go back to first mission trip and introduction to Samaritan's Feet. So I flew out to Africa with the team and met Manny and Tracy for the first time. And Mandy sat in front of our team and said, "Are you ready to be messed up and to rock your world?" And I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know what I was in for. And it was amazing. And yes, it messed up my world and messed up my life, rocked my world and my heart. And I sat in front of these children and I saw the obstacles that they struggled with every day relentlessly. And the challenge they went through, just consequences of not having shoes. And my heart broke from them. They were just children. And all they needed was a break. And what I realized then that messed me up the most was that they were strong and they were courageous and they were faithful and they were loving. And I could learn from them because I thought I was strong and courageous going to Africa, and they're living there. So and at that point, when I saw the inspiration that they got from receiving those shoes of physical need and the words of hope for their spirituality. I was hooked, and I committed to that. I was going to have the opportunity to help these children from that point on. And so fast forward 7 years now. That was 7 years ago. We're still missioning. We're still loving this mission so much. And it's been hard times coming up here. It's been hard times. We're small business owners, and it's been an uncertainty. It's been a little fearful. There's some anxiety, and we were finding as we were talking that fear and anxiety were filling us more than joy. And when we would talk about what was joyful prior to this and how we had fun, it was coming back to serving with Samaritan's Feet. And Phil got very excited when we were talking about things and all our fondest memories, because there's many of them. And he decided that we can't sit idle any longer. We don't do well in idle. We had to move.
Come on.
And he says, and he said, we need to make a move, and we need to do something, and we need to do it big, and we need to do it now. And I didn't know what was on his mind, but he let me know. He's like, listen, we need to still, the one thing that brought us the most joy was serving Samaritan's Feet. And so we can't have that relationship connection quite by serving yet, but we need to keep that impact going. We need to be involved. We need to stay with that foundation. We need to get the organization. So he said, this is what we're going to do. We are going to keep that support in the biggest way that we know how right now and step forward from that fear. And we're here today because the exciting part of this is that we are accelerating our goal to Samaritan's Feet and presenting you with a check today for $30,000.
Oh, man, thank you so much, man. I know there's social distancing, but when you get a check like that, you want to hug somebody. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Phil, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
And I just want to encourage others, and I want to put a challenge out there that to step forward, to step out of that fear and that anxiety, step into the excitement that's coming, because the need is still there. The need is still real. And so when this all comes to an end and we're stepping into the excitement of what's coming out, let it be exciting. This has brought joy to our heart. So now we're looking forward to when that's coming even in a bigger way, past the uncertainty, past the fear, past anxiety. We know that he has us, God is us, and so then we need to have the children.
Come on, man.
I love that.
I love that. Man, I tell you, man, I don't get speechless so much, but thank you so much for surprising us and blessing us today. Well, you guys heard from their heart. These are regular people just like you and I that feel the call and say, I need to serve. I need to use my gift. I need to use my talent to bring God fame, to bring God glory. They've challenged you guys. This is a seed. They said, we're going to sow a seed for $30,000. And today, I hope that $30,000 seed, if you're watching from wherever you are in the world, saying, I want to be a part of it. They've said, we want to see maybe people listening can actually match this gift. Maybe you're watching today and say, they've done their part. I want to be able to match. So go online. You see right there. Maybe go to Samaritan.org or right here where you are with Venmo, make a contribution. We want to match that $30,000. Just go ahead right now, make a contribution, because by the end of this segment, we want to be able to match this gift so we can impact more and more kids. 7.43 million or so we've served. We want to get to 10 million pretty soon. And you guys have helped us so much today, man. Can you guys give them another round of applause? Amazing. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys are a blessing.
for all you do.
No, I'm very grateful, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. You know, and as they depart right now, I know, you know, one of the things that's just breaks, you know, that just encouraged me is one of the things that's actually touched our hearts the most. Tracy, what is one experience or something that you can look back in the last 17 years that actually touched you?
You know, I think there's several things. One of the things that I think around Cinco de Mayo, our birthday celebration, but also Mother's Day coming up, is the time that we were able, and we saw some of the barefoot coaches that were a part of our platform from almost the jump. And that is the opportunity that we had with TNT over Mother's Day weekend, actually, to go on and present an opportunity to tell the world what we were doing. And the fact that there are children all over the world that are going without shoes, without the basic necessities, not just in Africa, Nicaragua, but right here in the United States, that it's one of the top 10 things that people need for back to school. So for me, there's several, but that's one that sticks out that has taken us to a different level within our organization.
You know, it's amazing at that event where we were. I mean, later on, you're going to get a chance to see Ernie Johnson, the host of MBNTNT. It's crazy. I got on that show. We got a chance to share vision. And one of the things that just surprised me, one of the dear friends of Kenneth Smith came up to me after I shared my testimony. He said, I think I can get you 1 million pairs of shoes. And I thought he was joking with me. Eventually, because of that gift, over 1.3 million shoes was donated by Kmart and Sears.
Yeah.
And because of that, we went back on TNT and actually went back later on and announced, because Skechers partnered with us, close to 2 million pairs of shoes was done through their Bob's program. We announced it on MBNTNT. Those were some major moments. Also, our friends at Thriving, our friends over at with Sanford, when they came to our championship, where they gave us the first $1 million gift, that was a major thing. But where that rubber met the road, I think it was Corey that said he smelled a lot of rubber here. When the rubber met the road for me was in Peru, Tracy. Remember when we were driving our team and there was this homeless man called Fernando that was on the side of the road. This guy was dirty, filthy, on all that stuff. And we got a chance to stop, and we didn't know what the size of this guy is. And we looked at his feet and said, we must wear a size. We a size now, size 10. And one of our team members went and grabbed that stuff. And we eventually went and got his shoes. We started washing his feet. And this guy started crying. And right there, as we put the shoes on him, we led Fernando to Christ.
Yes.
And it was crazy. And some of our team members saw he was so dirty. And then one of our team members went right back in the vehicle, brought his pants and gave it to him. We got him a Samaritan shirt. And we said, hey, we're having an event tonight somewhere. Fernando showed up. Fernando showed up there, washed. We didn't even recognize he was helping us set up, remember? We couldn't even recognize Fernando.
I know.
You know, the Bible said when the man is in Christ, they become a new creature. All things have gone away.
Yes.
Everything becomes new. Fernando was a new man.
You know what, though? One thing that you said when you were speaking about that was that we were interrupted, right? And right now, we've talked about it. We've heard Corey mention it. Our lives, as we've known them, have been interrupted. Some of the greatest ministry opportunities that happened with Christ was when his life was interrupted. So that just stuck out to me when you said that we need to be okay with our normal being interrupted, and interrupted for the good and the opportunity to see things in front of us that we otherwise don't pay attention to.
Well, it's amazing, man. I tell you what, I know there's so much stuff that we can keep talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Life's been interrupted, life's been changed. But this time, I know our dear friends, Deb and Phil, is put a challenge out there. We want to match this 30,000 first, and I'm pretty sure more
And the
people
CARES
are gonna
Act
come.
right now.
You know, it's with the CARES Act, exactly. You know, you can give up to $300, and then you can write that off. Thank goodness for that. So we appreciate that. So right now, we're going to transition because I got another dear friend online. We don't want to keep him waiting. And this is a special person. She is the first lady of the great state of Tennessee, the Volunteers.
Love that.
We call her First Lady Maria Lee. She's amazing. I don't know, is Maria here live with us right now? Is she there? That smile is a $1 million smile, man. That smile will melt any butter. She's so special. You know, Miss Maria, I
got my birthday hat.
Oh, man, you're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you. That is the First Lady of the state of Tennessee joining us live from their mansion right there in Nashville, Tennessee. So real quick, can you share with me a little bit about, I know you're very passionate about serving. Serving leadership is a key tenet to what you do. What does Tennessee serve means to you, Maria?
So, you know, it's an unlikely spot I would have ever found myself in this position. And so each First Lady has an initiative, and I just was like, what on earth am I going to be doing? And it just hit me. The Lord just showed me. He's like, you know what? I've given you a heart of service. And so I started talking about that with my team. There's a small group of 5 around me that are awesome ladies that are on my team. And we just launched an initiative of all about serving. And so for the past year, this May makes it a year. We're going to be celebrating that on the 16th. But we're just going around our state serving wherever there's a need and however we can help, and highlighting nonprofits that are doing that all across our state. And that's how I was introduced to you, because you came with Samaritan's Feet and to City Current here in Nashville. And that was my first introduction.
Tell us about that experience, because that was a special experience. Because I tell you what, you know, not oftentimes that you get a First Lady come to your shoe distribution. And the First Lady of Tennessee came to our distribution, and not just come take pictures, but she got the chance to humble herself and wash kids' feet. But this is the one that got me. After she finished washing the feet, Miss Maria put her hands on this little boy's head and started praying for him. That picture is etched in my mind. I remember when I came back to your place and I told you, that touched me. Tell me, what did that mean to you to serve with Samaritan's Feet that day?
Yeah, I think what I love about your ministry is that it is so hands-on, and you do touch the children, not just their lives, but you physically touch them by washing their feet. It's a humbling act of service to do. We see Jesus did it, and that's who our role model is. And so for you all to be doing that, and then giving people a chance to do the same, and be an example of Jesus to those children. Physical touch is so important, and that's a healing act in and of itself. Much less, them walking away with a pair of new shoes. Their hearts are touched, their bodies are touched, their spirits are touched, and I was all in that first day.
Oh man, and I came back and I came to visit you and your staff there at the State House, and you guys encouraged me and even prayed a blessing over me, inspired me. I was so fired up. I left there that day so fired up. I felt like I could fly. It was so crazy. But the cool thing that happened that day, Maria, was you said there were some very impoverished counties in the state of Tennessee. And you want to be able to leverage and use this. Tell us a little bit what we have in store, what your vision is for being able to serve. I know you're thinking about a project coming up. Can you share with some folks? Because anybody can do something. You're doing something. What is next for you guys as our partnership with Samaritan's Feet?
Yeah, so we were supposed to have had an event this month, and because of the pandemic, we've had to postpone that. But we are planning to have an event here at the governor's residence, and having about 100 kids or so, and really just kind of like Luke 14 says, to throw a banquet, a feast, talking about the wedding feast, really, but where the host went out and invited, the poor, the lame, the blind, and in my mind, those are a group of people who get forgotten and overlooked and are not seen, and who wouldn't get invited to a special place. And so it just seemed like the perfect fit to partner with you all to do that, to invite a group of kids here who may not otherwise ever get invited to come to the governor's residence, and at the same time expose other people, that friends of ours, to your ministry, and help other people get involved and know about what you all are doing, and just serve those kids, and serve them a meal, and wash their feet, and put a new pair of shoes on their feet.
Well, I tell you, that's going to be powerful, because we're not just going to wash these children's feet, but you're going to give them a meal, just like the Bible says. It's going to be an amazing banquet. And then from that, there will be seeds that will be sown that we can also come back and do back to school later on this summer. Well, Miss Maria, any parting words for us? I know you've been generous with your time today. If you're going to give one word of advice as you leave today, what would that word of advice be to people listening from all over the world?
I would just say spread the news about Samaritan's Feet. What you all are doing is amazing and touching so many lives. And, especially around the globe, just hearing your own story, Manny, and knowing that kids can't go to school and get educated if they don't have a pair of shoes, and just the difference that makes in a child's life that we take for granted. We've got 20 pairs of shoes sitting in our closet that never get touched.
Well, thank you so much, Maria. Please say hello to your staff and everybody there at the governor's mansion. Thank you for joining us today. God bless you, and keep letting your light shine. We'll be in touch with you soon. Thank you for joining us today. God bless you.
Thanks.
You take care. Well, right now, I guess, Tracy, what's going up next?
Yeah. I guess you're exiting, and I'm going to play a fun game with our next cool mama. I know her as Chewbacca Mom. I know her as my friend Candace. Candace Payne, how are you?
Oh my goodness. I'm so good. I'm glad to be here.
I love your t-shirt, by the way. Love it.
Thank you.
Corey's going to come up in a minute, because apparently it was a great idea of this party fiesta for me to be tortured. So
I agree. Listen, I started the party with you. I actually have my Cinco de Mayo nachos. We are good to go.
I love it. And I wish I could have some with you right now, but I do know a couple of things. One, super, super cool thing that you have, podcast called Shut the Shut Up, which people need to go and follow. But I want to give you a minute to talk about one thing that's coming up. Is you have a really cool book out right now called You Belong. Do you want to take a minute to talk before we get tortured with the game?
Let's do it. Yeah. So I actually have a new Bible study curriculum. It's for either individual or small group Bible study. So there's really no excuse during this time. Even if we're social distancing, you can do it at your own pace. It's 6 video sessions that I recorded, and it's absolutely so much fun. It basically just leads us through how well do you know that you belong to God. It started with this one question, and it basically launched from this. Why are we described as so many things in our belonging to God? Why are we described as sheep, as children, as his bride, as branches connected to a vine, as living stones, all these different descriptors of us? And I really felt like the Holy Spirit just told me flat out, Candace, you're described that way because you were made in my image. I have many names, so therefore you're going to have many names as well. And I think the more that we know how we belong to him, the more that our joy can be made complete. And so I just felt like this was something to dive into, and it actually releases on June 2nd. And anybody that's got Amazon Prime, they're going to be able to watch all the sessions for free and go through it. Like my publisher was like, we're going to just release the video content for free when we launch. And I'm like, what? and so the study guides are still for sale to go with it. And it's got fun work that you get to do. And it's not like your mama's Bible study. So it's really, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a
Candace,
blast.
I love that. I'm going to welcome Corey to come and
Come on,
bring
Corey.
some of the stuff. And I just want to say this about Candace Payne. Like, to know her is to love her. And if you think you have joy, you need to just spend like a half of a second with her, because she is crazy, contagious joy and such a blessing to our heart. And now we're going to see how joyful we are as we go through this game.
Well, if anybody was tuned in earlier, they know Tracy is not the best trivia player. In true Cinco de Mayo fashion, we're going to have some trivia games, and the loser of each question will take a shot of tapatio.
Oh, I think
that does not look very enjoyable.
I think I was under the wrong assumption. I only have one, but here's the good deal. I knew that there may be more that I need, so I actually filled up a glass with the salsa. So I have a salsa and a straw if we need to go for it.
All right. Well,
okay, we're doing best of 3, I think.
Get that straw ready. How many billions of tacos do Americans eat each year?
Who answers?
5 billion.
Multiple. A, 2.5. B, 3. C, 4.5. D, 6.
I'm going with D.
I'm going to go with 3 million. Or 3 billion,
Neither one
rather.
of you are right.
Neither one?
It is 4.5 billion tacos we Americans consume. Take a shot of hot sauce.
Oh, God.
Pretty please.
I don't want to.
Well, you thought of this idea.
That's disgusting, and I need water.
Well, you should have got the question right.
Do you see my tongue?
Taco
It's on
Bell.
fire. Hold
Taco
on.
Bell originally started as a restaurant selling what? A, hamburgers and hot dogs. B, ice cream.
It's nasty.
C, pizza. Or D, fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
That is wrong.
Dang it.
I'm going to say hamburgers and hot dogs. Please,
That
God.
is right.
Yes, Candace. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm definitely not calling you up for trivia night at Buffalo Wild Wings, Tracy.
Yo, I'm going to die.
Last one.
You're doing good,
The
Tracy.
biggest taco ever made was how many feet long? 79 feet, 184 feet,
I'm going to get it.
216 feet, or 246 feet long taco?
I'm going to say 216. 216.
That is incorrect. Take a drink of salsa.
You know what, Corey?
D.
That is correct.
Yes.
Candace,
I got one
yes, you got one right. Tracy got one.
Hallelujah.
So, sorry, Candace. I hope you don't like me. I'm actually a nice guy. I did that. The salsa was not my idea. But best of luck on the podcast. Everybody that has Amazon Prime, because everybody does.
Exactly.
If you're American, you have Amazon Prime. Go get Candace Payne's stuff. Go check her out. Good friend of the organizations. Thank you for joining us.
Love you,
tonight.
Candace.
Love you too. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Our next guest is a good friend of mine. He is the 2018 NASCAR Cup Series champion, Joey Logano. In character, he's got the Shell Pennzoil hat on. He never misses a beat. How are you, Joe?
I am doing great. You're looking fantastic with your sombrero on.
I mean, there's only May the 5th only comes once a year, so you got to be in character.
That's true. I have no salsa here. I do not want to do that whole thing you just did. I'm out.
But what'd you eat for dinner tonight? Because I know your wife had some sort of dish whipped up for you.
You know,
this season.
We knocked down all the avocados we got here at the Logano household in the quarantine system we got going on. So we kind of ran out of the Mexican food that we were really looking forward to. So we had just we cooked up some chicken and called it good.
I hate it when that happens. I mean, you always have to have salsa stocked. Man, one thing, I've known you since we were 15 years old, Rugrats running around. But one thing, man, I've really admired, and it's been a common topic over this whole hour with college coaches. We've had Jonathan Stewart. We've had Pierre from the Jets jump on about how guys are using their platform to impact the community. So you've been doing some awesome things the last couple weeks, months, and even years with your foundation. What are some things you're doing to outreach the community and just doing the servant leadership that you guys have showed?
Well, I think, like you said, I think everyone else you had on here is realized at some point that God has given you these amazing talents to be able to reach out and talk to people and impact people's lives in a positive way. And, my best explanation of that is if you look at the Nascar championship trophy, it's an empty cup. It's empty is the point of that. The goal is filling that up with people you love or impacting people in a positive way. And when you realize that you have this amazing platform to do something much greater than winning trophies, that's when it all kind of comes together. Everyone talks about their why, right? Why do you do what you do? And it's because you have the ability to help many people. And, in this time of, this pandemic that we're in, obviously this is the time to put your faith in the forefront of this battle and know that God's going to get us through this thing. And we all need to unite together, whether that's at Samaritan's Feet or whatever that may be. The point is that we all kind of have a reason why we go to work every day. And we all have the ability to impact people all the time. Even if someone is laid off, your attitude has the biggest impact on people throughout the day. A smile can go the biggest, the longest way. I always bring up this explanation. You think about going through a drive-through, getting a coffee in the morning, whatever it may be. If that person giving you the coffee has a smile and is happy about it, boy, it changes your whole day. Smallest things just make the biggest difference. And now is the time more than ever that people need that positive attitude.
Rumor has it, and that's not a rumor because it's on social media and everything on social media is true, that you are going together with Elevation Church and giving away over $1 million to impact the community. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Okay.
Kids need shoes, man. I need some of that money here at Samaritan's Feet. So go back, talk to Furtick, talk to your people. Maybe we had somebody give 30 grand a couple minutes ago, good friends. Maybe with Joey Logano Foundation, Elevation Church can help out Samaritan's Feet. It would go a long way. We've already shipped out 350,000 pairs of shoes this year to kids, and we're going to be going back to school here in a couple of months. Kids need shoes. Joey Logano, you could be that guy, put shoes on feet, and put a smile to those kids' face like you were just talking about.
Well, how did I know this was coming? And I was prepared for it. Even if you didn't say anything, I wanted to make a huge impact tonight. Obviously, the fund that we put together with Elevation Church down here in Charlotte has been a great impact in a lot of different areas. But for this one, I want to make this one personally out of Brittany and I's account. We want to make a $5,000 donation to help out Samaritan's Feet. We love what you guys are doing. We're all about Super Shoe over here. I don't know if everyone knows that's his nickname, Super Shoe, since we were kids. So this whole thing really makes a lot of sense for him. But really love that everybody is really coming together, like I said, and love the reasons and purposes that you guys reach for. And like I was listening earlier, the need isn't just overseas; it's here in America with a lot of kids that need shoes. And it's easy for us to kind of live in our own little bubble and forget that. You know, those are things I don't think about every day. You know, I think about maybe someone needs food, or maybe, you know, someone that lost their job is going through something right now. But boy, there's tons of kids, adults that are just walking around that need our help right now.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have if you have the ability to weather the storm in any way, now is the time to help.
Yeah, there's 3.5 million people, at least by our count, in the United States who are in need of adequate footwear. But I know you go put Hudson to sleep, man. That donation from you and Brittany is certainly going to go a long way. And everybody else watching, Joey and Brittany are going to be welcoming their second child into the world tomorrow. So our thoughts and prayers are with her tomorrow. Joey, get some sleep, because you are not going to get any sleep for a long time, brother. So I'll let you go. Thanks again.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. See you guys.
Yeah, bye.
Well, thanks, Joey. Appreciate you. Thank you for your gift. Thanks for your contribution, man. Can you give it up, man, for our guy, man? He's the best MC
awesome
in the world, man. He's
hey,
awesome,
social
man.
distance, man. He's social distance.
Social distance. I'm still right here.
You can take this with you, Corey, because that was mean.
I mean, if it was a true single day my part, it'd be tequila in it, but it's a kid's show.
And it's torture. That's what happened.
Well, at this time, I'd like to transition. I think we've got a special guest out. It just means so much to Tracy and I.
Kidding, my favorites.
They are our friends, but more importantly, they are our pastors. Many people know the husband. He played here in Charlotte for the Panthers. He played in Indianapolis for the Colts.
Yeah, but
more
MVP,
importantly,
come on.
the MVP in this relationship is making it great.
Thank you.
So right now, without further ado, I'd like to bring up my dear friends, my pastors, Vicky and Doing Gray. Welcome to our party today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, what's happening? How you guys doing?
Thank you for having us, Tracy and Manny, and happy 17th birthday.
Man, happy 17th. You guys are looking good. Y'all looking all slim and healthy and young. I mean, that's like a model picture. That's like back in South Dakota back in the day.
It's like the 90s, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Pastor, I know you guys have poured so much into our lives personally. My family, my children, my bride and I, we feed from that which God gives you guys to us every single Sunday. So if you're watching, you don't have a home church, selfish plug. I like to plug my church, Transformation Church, be a part of it. But more importantly, though, Pastor Doan and Vicky Gray, can you share with us today? I know you guys are great ambassadors of hope. I know you guys even coined a phrase to be hope dealers. For those listening out there, man, with what's going on in our world today, would you just spend a couple minutes and just inspire them and encourage them, your style?
Yeah, I think when you think about hope, it has to come back to a person, and his name is Jesus. That hope is a reality that's found in his love and his grace. Hope is a reality that will send a missionary from Wisconsin to Nigeria and will tell a 9-year-old boy, if you put this orange ball in this hoop, don't kick it in there, shoot it in there, I'll give you a pair of shoes. And from that, literally people's lives are transformed and changed. And so in the midst of this unprecedented moment we're experiencing, I think people are experiencing, I need to hear from Jesus afresh. And what Samaritan's Feet does so well is the reality of my life is better because I made someone else's life better. And I think that's a picture of Jesus.
Well, and not only is it a picture of Jesus, but Tracy and Manny, it's a picture of you two. People that are watching this don't know that you two and your family serve on the hospitality team at Transformation Church. And you stand and you greet people that are coming in, and you guys have the heart of Jesus reflected in the way you serve and you love. And because of that, you inspire people around the world to be a part of this incredible ministry that puts millions of shoes on the feet of kids who need them.
Yeah. And one of the beautiful things is often pain leads to our purpose when God redeems it. And Manny, you had a successful career. Tracy, you're doing your thing. And all of a sudden you say, well, I'm doing good, but what about those who aren't? And you literally allow God to like what you did to change careers from moving up the social ladder to reach people at the bottom is just, it's absolutely crazy. But that's what God's grace does. So I want to share with your community, right? So I just wrote a brand new book called The Good Life, what Jesus teaches about finding true happiness. And on page 101, well, actually, you make up 4 pages of the book, but I just want to share this because I think it's important for people to hear. And this is what I wrote. Manny and Tracy are actors in God's story of redemptive justice. They are mobilizing thousands of volunteers so millions can be touched by the love of Christ. Sadly, 1/3 of the world lives on less than $2 a day. These image bearers of God can't afford food, housing, or clothing. And the reality that you are stepping into that mix, I thought it was important that people worldwide know even more about your ministry. So I'm praying that through The Good Life, more people would know the story and to join. And I want you guys to know that on behalf of your home church, Transformation Church, we want to give a $22,500 gift so more lives can be transformed and touched.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Pastor.
Guys.
Wow. Man, thank you, Pastor. May God bless you guys. I'm speechless, Tracy.
Well, I'm not usually speechless because I can talk a lot. You know, the Midwestern in me just gets going. But I wanted to say this. I think one of the things that Pastor just spoke about and is so true of our church is authentic generosity. And we had Deb and Phil on a little bit ago, but they are not a church that just talks about it. We actually do it. And we're just one of the recipients of many in our community that is better, that you have taught us also, because being in that community and like you guys have done so graciously with not just TC, but also how you live your lives. So we love you guys from the bottom of our heart. I could go on and on about just the authenticness of how much you've blessed our family, and regardless of what ministry titles or entities we have, the ministry of serving one another, you guys do that so eloquently. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know Emmanuel's and all of my children that are watching that love when you give them a shout out and love watching church from their various adult locations and are just blessed by you guys. So thank you, TC family. Thank you, pastors. Vicky and Derwin, we love you guys. And get the book because there's a ton of them that are great knowledge and wealth that you can learn. The Good Life.
Thank you,
Love
Pastor.
you
We
guys.
appreciate you,
Love
man.
you
God bless you.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Blessings. Thank you.
We have a ton of great stuff going on right now. I don't know if you're as pumped up as I am, but thank you guys for that gift. I mean, holy cow. God is working here, guys. Joey just jumped off, gave $5,000. These guys gave $22,500. They just told me that somebody matched Joey's $5,000 offer. So we are putting so many shoes and impacting so many lives right now. It's just awesome. I'm going to kick it back over to Manny. We have another special guest.
Well, thank you again, Pastor Derwin. Thank you again, Pastor Vicky. It's a blessing. And hopefully somebody watching will want to match that $22,000 gift so we can keep building the momentum. Right now, I got a special guest of honor. This guy he's been a blessing to me and my family and to Samaritan's Feet. Ernie Johnson is right on with us, man. You guys know him as the voice of NBA and TNT, but more importantly, he's the son of the king. Welcome to our birthday party, Ernie.
Manny, thanks for having me, man. This is tremendous. I really appreciate being asked, and man, it looks like you guys are having a great time, and I've enjoyed the last 20-25 minutes seeing Joey Logano on there. That was tremendous, and hearing about Elevation, which I've got a lot of friends up there in Charlotte, including Stephen and Chunks up there at Elevation. So it's great to see you, great to talk to you, and happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you, Ernie. And hopefully Cheryl and the family are doing well. You know, like, Ernie, I know years ago, I still remember just like yesterday, walking over to that place that AIA was having a special event in San Antonio, Texas, honoring Ron Hunter for helping us inspire people by coaching barefoot. And I still remember, and you said, man, I was watching all this stuff, breaking the news. He said, what can I do? I said, man, you're Ernie Johnson. You can do whatever you want. I still remember that.
No, hey, Manny, I was trying to remember exactly where it was that we first met, but that's where it was, at the Final Four. Right. And that was before we ever had an opportunity at TNT to broadcast the Final Four. But I always used to go because AIA would have that Friday panel, and then Saturday morning I would MC a breakfast. But that's the first time I'd heard about Samaritan's Feet, and I saw you interviewed, and I saw you describing that, and it rocked me. And I know when the meeting broke up, I was like, I've got to find this cat, and that's when we first connected. And I said, I got to do something for you. What can I do for you? We got to continue this. And then lo and behold, there you were on Inside the NBA with me and Chuck and Kenny back in the day.
Man, changed my life. I tell you what, I don't even know if you remember this, Ernie. You had me on a Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming. I still remember it was Mother's Day of 2009. You told me to come down to Charlotte. You, Charles, and Kenny were barefoot. You guys gave us at that time 20,000 pairs of shoes, $30,000. And right after I got off that stage, somebody who was one of Kenny Smith's friend came to me and said, I think I can get you 1 million shoes. And that turned out to be Sears. And because of you, Ernie Johnson, and the grace of God that's on your life, 1.3 million pairs of shoes was donated to us through Sears. And Kim, I just want to publicly just say thank you for your obedience for what you did that day.
But, Manny, it's not me. It's all about, I stand in awe every day of how God connects the dots and how he orchestrates life and how he put me in San Antonio one day to hear the story of Samaritan's Feet and how he moves you, you feel this, little tap on the shoulder, this little nudge, and it's like, this is worthwhile, get to know this guy. And I remember us up at Discover Mills outside Atlanta, marching around for Samaritan's Feet one day. And then when you came down another time, and while we were celebrating Thanksgiving in May, which is something we did on TNT. I just said at one point, what we need to do halfway through the year is, and it was exactly halfway between the Thanksgivings. It was in May. So let's have a Thanksgiving in May in which we're thankful for everything, and we'll get people to tweet out what they're thankful for. And you were good enough to come down, bring a bunch of shoes. We went to a school here in Atlanta. Charles Barkley sitting there washing feet. It was awesome. I mean, it was one of the greatest days of all time that we just sat there and we just loved on these kids, and we were the hands and feet, and that's all we're asked to do. And it was wonderful. And I have stood back with such admiration, Manny, of watching you and your life and your mission. And oh my goodness, it just doesn't get any better than this guy right here.
Well, I just want to thank you so much, Ernie, for your heart, your family blessing us personally, your TNT supporting us, you introducing us to Charles, to Kenny, to Shaq, to everybody on the show. I mean, you've done videos for us. You've done I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your obedience. Thank you for your support. And may God continue to bless you and use you mightily to change the world.
Thank you so much, Manny. And it's such an honor to be part of this group that's celebrating, even under these bizarre circumstances, that we're going through something that none of us are prepared for. Nobody has any experience on how to deal with something like this. But we can know this, that none of this happened while God had his back turned. Okay.
Come on.
He's still on the throne, and he will get us through this. And again, thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Well, God bless you, Ernie. I'll be in touch with you soon, man. Keep letting that light shine. I appreciate you. Love you, brother.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.
Hey guys, if you are watching with us still, sorry we're running a little bit late, but we're going to run through some of our great international partners and offices. So Derek Pitts and his wife and beautiful daughter. We just want you to say a quick happy birthday, real fast note to us, and then we'll go on to the next wonderful representative. And just introduce yourself real quick, Derek.
Hi, I'm Derek. This is my wife, Valentine, and Bimbi Hannah all the way from Belize. And we just want to say happy birthday, Samaritan.
I'm wishing him a lot more birthdays.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And Matthew, are you with us from Ghana?
Matthew from Ghana, are you there, Matthew? Oh, man. Well, while Matthew's getting ready, I see Justin, man, all the way from the Philippines. I know this early over there, all the way from Hong Kong. You know, Justin, talk to us. How you doing over there?
Happy birthday, everybody.
Thank you, Justin.
Happy 17th-year-old. I think I should say one word in Chinese. 祝 Samaritan Feet 17歲生日快樂.
Amen.
Awesome.
I say amen. 謝謝. Thank you so much. And your baby looks adorable. Please say hi to Sharon for us. I know we see Nicaragua out there somewhere, man. Is that right? I see somebody from Nicaragua. Pharaoh right there.
Pharaoh, can you hear us? We can't hear you, Pharaoh. We know you're wishing happy birthday from Nicaragua. We love you. So glad to have you.
Happy birthday, man.
I think we have Eleni from South Africa. Are you there?
Yes, I'm definitely here. I'm trying to light this little candle for you. There, can you see it?
Yes.
From South Africa, we just want to say, oh, this light's not going. happy birthday. And in Afrikaans, what I want to say is baie geluk met julle verjaarsdag. Ek bid vir julle God se seën en God se blessing oor nog baie jare vir Samaritan's Feet. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I know it's late over there. God bless you, man. That's love. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Maria, are you here?
I am. Can you hear me?
How are you? Yes, we can.
Honduras in the house.
Yes, I'm Maria Melgarejo. I am representing Honduras, and got a little cupcake here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but feliz cumpleaños. Le damos gracias a Dios por su organización, quien impacta a tantas personas en tantos países, y le deseamos muchos años más para que puedan seguir siendo las manos y pies de Dios en todo el mundo.
Amen. Amen. Dios te bendiga, mi hermana. God bless you.
Thank you. And is Matthew on now? Matthew, I know you were having trouble, but are you on, Matthew?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you? Sorry.
Yes, I'm here. Happy birthday to Samaritan's Feet. I'm so excited to join you guys.
Thank you so much.
All the way from Ghana. All the way. So say something to us in your native tongue, man. Say happy birthday in your native tongue.
I'm actually going to sing a song.
Real quick. Let's do it real quick.
Yeah, mama free chapeau. Yeah, mama free chapeau. Afia kwa betu yen yum. Afia pa.
Amen.
God bless us
all. Thank you so
Matthew.
much. Man, from all over the world, happy birthday from Asia, from Africa, from South and Latin America, from everywhere, man. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful. Anybody else we're missing? I mean,
we got everybody.
From Caribbean, we got everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, man. This time, man, what's going to be next? I think we're going to
we got to say happy birthday.
Well, to all those people watching, I know you guys are still watching. You guys are donating. It's been amazing night supporting this effort. We appreciate you guys. This time, Mr. Corey LaJoy is coming back on stage, and we are going to celebrate in a big kind of way. Everybody come join us. We're going to sing Happy Birthday, Samaritan's Feet, and then we're going to kind of go out of here. Is that something?
And I'm going to hit that piñata.
Okay. Well, let's sing Happy Birthday to Samaritan's Feet. Everybody come. Oh! Ándale. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I need the piñata stick.
Yes.
Get it! Hit that thing! Woo! Hit it harder!
Harder! Come on! Whoa!
Oh my gosh! Somebody else must it.
Let me see.
Every time.
Woo-hoo! That's a song. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, keep hitting it.
That's dangerous. Happy birthday to you. Hey, as we wrap up today, I just want to go and say thank you so much for coming. To our children that's watching, thank you for your sacrifice. To all our supporters, our board members, all the donors, everybody. Thank you for our marketing team, phenomenal team. Good job. Curry LaJoy, all the team, the equipment team, all the supporters. Thank you for watching. God bless you guys. Keep letting your shine. We appreciate you guys. Happy 17th. We'll see you next year when we get the chance to celebrate 18 years. We're going to college. God bless you.